Greetings, everybody. It is Water King, and today we'll be talking about a mobile game for the first time in this channel, which is honestly something I wish I talked about earlier because, Clash Royale is kind of done and over with. So let's talk about Clash Royale today. For those who are living under a rock, Clash Royale is probably the most popular mobile game besides Candy Crush and all that, but is the most popular Supercell video game of all time. Now, if you don't know what the company Supercell is, they make free mobile games, and they're known for Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Brawl Stars, and even Boom Beach, if you even remember that. And, they were dominating the free-to-play market because it was literally just, hey, boot up game, build stuff if you play Clash Royale, and make your own little farm if you're feeling fancy. And Supercell has been honestly dominating, and obviously their most popular game came out in 2016, Clash Royale, which is a spin on the Clash of Clans take of the game. So Clash of Clans normally took place, you set up a base, you train troops in I want to say Dungeons and Dragons style thing, fantasy world, right? You have barbarians, archers, giants, and every physical thing, and they're actually still updating the game to date. And you obviously defend your base, join clans, attack other bases, and I think there is a story mode. Again, I have not played Clash of Clans in honestly so long, but I have stayed up to date with Clash Royale. And obviously, Clash Royale went through ups and downs, and Clash Royale actually had a very humble beginning when it comes to this kind of thing. Clash Royale was actually really, really good. It had, it was actually, if you would believe me, quite balanced, for better or worse, if you want, than today's standards. Was not necessarily pay to win, and there was generally some good features of Clash Royale that made the game quite addicting. Obviously, the progression through the different things, the way Clash Royale was new to the market, where it was you have 8 cards, and you obviously, put together a deck and obviously see what works and good. Obviously, my deck has not really changed since 2016, 2017. It's carried me almost to the very end of the arenas, as you can probably see on screen. Now, Clash Royale has gone through some nerfs and buffs with certain characters. Obviously, the most well-known meme being Nerf Miner, but recently they've decided to add a bunch of things that have tainted the game and all that. And it's kind of sad seeing Clash Royale in the state where it's a super heavy pay to win game, especially with the level 16 heroes variant now. See, Clash Royale was never really much of a pay-to-win game. Actually, it sort of had very humble beginnings, very balanced. I think I mentioned this already. So let's go through memory lane. 2016 Clash Royale looked a little something like this. There was 3 rarities only. There was common, there was rare, and there was epic rarity. So typically, epic rarity was like the strongest cards, but people would usually, balance it out, figure out how to counter each other's decks, right? And it was generally a fun time. And then legendaries got added. I think the very first legendary to be added was either the log or the princess, and those were significantly different, mostly the fact that the log was a spell actually widely used in probably one of the most annoying 2.6 hog cycle deck, and the princess is used in actually a lot more decks in modern Clash Royale than I can remember, mostly for the fact that the princess had this unique ability where she would go to the bridge and chip damage, but she couldn't be damaged unless you had literally intervene. So I guess that's where the log comes in, which is now used in modern day log baits. But then legendaries got added, and legendaries had the stature of being probably a game changer, right? So legendaries had this game changer, and the more legendaries came out, the more game changer quotations happened. And now then the shop came out where you could buy legendary cards that you don't have, and chests came out and stuff like that. And I honestly thought that Clash Royale was gonna stop at legendary cards. And sometime after the pandemic of 2020, I think 2022 roughly is when champion cards got introduced. So when champion cards were introduced, there was the 3. There was the Golden Knight, the Archer Queen, and the Skeleton King. And it is kind of sad to now think that there is no Barbarian King champion. So in modern Clash Royale, I think there is... let's count here. There's the Mighty Miner, so that'd be 4. The Little Prince, which would be 6. The Monk, which would be 7. Goblinstein, and then Boss Bandit. Surprised they haven't nerfed her yet. So I think that's a total of 9 champions in the game. And obviously, the same thing happened where, came out, they were genuinely a fucking game changer. But obviously, Clash Royale made it so you could pay your way. And this is where we start to see a pattern of pay-to-win type of ordeals. And sometime between 2022 and I think 2024 or 2025, there was evolution variants now, which, cycle in the regular card. And I think there was 1 cycle for some cards and 2 cycles for some. And this again, would be another game changer where, if you had it, the shards, you could have cards. And, the evolution variants are sometimes better or sometimes weaker than the regular versions. And, of course, Clash Royale ruins it with battle passes being the evolution shards. And usually releasing these evolution shards, hella busted on launch, except for the Skeleton Army, apparently. Which, I don't know how you could fuck it up that badly. Skeleton Army evolution was genuinely a cool concept, but it could be countered so damn easily with a 2-cycle card. Generally a very annoying evolution to release on launch, so... Yeah, now we're into modern times where after the Evolution Skarmy update, I haven't really played much of modern Clash Royale up to date. And they have these new hero variants that I don't know too much about, which comes with the new level 16. Oh, we didn't even mention leveling. So typically, Clash Royale has a leveling system where level 14 is where you collect cards, and when you have the collection of cards, you can upgrade it. And that would go up into level 14. And level 14 was the cap until the level 15, which you had to get these upgrade things, these cards or spells or something to get your card to level 15. And there was a very large difference between level 14 and 15. And now there is now a new level, which to my knowledge is way harder to get. And Clash Royale is offering you basically a chunk of your paycheck. So think of the taxpayer giving you something, and the IRS takes a chunk of their money and you get something in return. In an ideal world, that would sound fantastic, but in the ideal world, that is Clash Royale. And Clash Royale is the greedy asshole corporation. So now, from the beginning of Clash Royale to now, it's unknown of what Clash Royale looks like today. And Clash Royale is very, very noob unfriendly. New people cannot just enter Clash Royale because there's assholes out there in the world. And people will literally spend Elon level money. They will literally have stocks of whatever is currently booming up and have millions of dollars to waste to get their entire deck leveled up, and they will squash new people. So Clash Royale is not honestly a fun game to new players or any returning players that have not played for a while. Do I like Clash Royale? Yes and no. At first, it was a very addicting game when it first came out, and now I treat Clash Royale like the 2-week Minecraft phase, where every once in a while I'll go back to it, go on a grind, get back to where I am, and then I'll stop and think, wow, this game is very pay to win. That's it for my rant for today. I mean, if I've missed anything, let me know in the comments, but moral of the story is that Clash Royale is a very pay to win game, and I can see why Jinxie has left it to, a better game such as Garden Warfare 2. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you like what you see, consider subscribing. Make sure to follow me on Twitch so that you know when I go live. I just got affiliate, so that is a very exciting feeling. Or, and then make sure to check out the other channels. I'm planning to make a shorts channel soon, dedicated to posting short content from my TikTok onto the 3rd channel. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check it out. It would probably be under Sweater King Shorts. Please, it would genuinely help me out, but appreciate you all. Peace, Kingdom.